A gente daqui para conhecer um pouquinho mais de perto uma das coisas mais tradicionais de Nova Iorque, que são os famosos stand-up comedy clubs. Então a gente vai conversar daqui a pouco com Kevin J. Williams e a Monica Vida, que participam do grupo Hugs, Kisses and Laughs, e a gente vai saber um pouquinho mais de como é a realidade dos comediantes aqui da cidade. So guys, tell me a little bit about the reality of stand-up comedy here in New York.
It's terrible, the reality. No, it's amazing. I mean, New York is definitely the town to hone your skills, get your teeth in stand-up comedy, I think. A lot of venues, a lot of ways to go about it, so.
Why is New York such a big city for that? Like, you know, we come to New York and all of a sudden we're in Times Square, there are tons of people saying, comedy club, you know, come see a comedy show, and that's not usual in other cities in the US. Why New York is so big for that?
I think basically because of two big reasons. One, stage time. It's so much easier to get stage time here than in other cities. And two, the culture here. Like there's people understand like, oh, I can go out Saturday night and go to a comedy show as opposed to some other kind of Broadway show. So it's just accepted as a thing to do. So I think those two things together make it work.
That's great. And how long have you guys been working in stand-up comedy?
I have been doing stand-up comedy for about 3 years.
3 years?
For me, just about 4 years.
4 years.
And this is how my sex talk went. Basically, it was, Monica, sex is disgusting, don't do it. I was like, oh my God, is that why I have a dog for a brother? It was terrifying. It was so scary. So here's the thing, it's tough growing up with the Catholic Church sitting on top of you as they do, because basically I'm 38, y'all, and the only birth control I'm supposed to be using is abstinence. Yeah, we covered that one. And the pull-out method, which is awesome. Do you know what that means, 38? That means my belly button could double as a sperm bank right now. If you people don't laugh at my jokes, you can look at me on eBay with a turkey baster helping out lesbian couples. Like that would be
I have a buddy, and he's a what you call it, a dick doctor. He's a urologist. And so he's like, yeah, man, I've got clients come to me and they ask me to put in prosthetic dicks. And I'm like, well, let's buckle up. Tell me how that works. And so he's like, they like when you put it in, it's basically like it's the shaft, right? And I'm telling this to you because you guys look like, all right, whatever. That's a compliment.
And what made you guys decide to go into stand-up comedy?
Me first, okay. So I actually, I always say this not to be morbid, but my father passed away. And when he was sick, I spent a lot of time with him, and we spent a lot of time talking. And one of the things that I noticed was all the things that he wished he would have done that he didn't. And also, because of that, there was this chance that I might have to leave New York. So when all that was set aside, I thought to myself, I'm here in New York. I have to do something that is out of my comfort zone, something I would never have done otherwise, and also something that is very New York. And to me, stand-up comedy is really very New York. So I just basically pushed myself and did it. And I've always been a fan of comedy. I didn't think I would be doing comedy. And the other thing that I have to add is that I had this stereotype that comedy is very dog-eat-dog and that people are going to be mean. What I really found, at least in my experience, is that people are supportive. I found great friends through comedy, and I mean, what better thing is there to do than sit there and laugh at jokes, So it's been such a positive experience, mainly because of Kevin and our team. So that's what brought me to comedy, and that's what keeps me in it.
Woo! It is fucking hot. Undeniable. It's like Mother Nature going through menopause, motherfucker. I can't. I've been going to the local pool to try and cool off. Public pool. I don't know. I'll tell you this much though. I never thought I'd be jealous of a rap. 12-year-old boy. But I believe in childhood obesity now. I really do. Seriously, this kid has major tits. I'm like, anyhow. But yeah, it's like, for me, it's even too hot to have sex. Like, I just can't. You're laughing. Yeah? A lot of sex in your life? Good for you.
Yeah, I would say definitely, I think a lot of people, it's funny, like, that's a good question because it's like, people think that, every comic at their core has to, have something burnt up or some tragedy in there. And, I think that I understand that, for me, I left the job and I got dumped by my girlfriend. I was like, okay, let's go make fun of it because, otherwise it's hilarious. I wouldn't be able to get through it otherwise.
What a best way to deal with a situation like that?
Yeah, I think, it disarms, it kind of takes the teeth out of nasty stuff. Clearly, you got to be able to laugh. It's the best medicine, right? But for me, like, one of the reasons why I got into it was because, like, I approach it like, this is like the hippie side of me coming out. And it's like, I feel like all the happiest people that I saw in life, like, they had some kind of creative outlet. Like, they, whatever it was, didn't matter. They sang, they wrote poetry, they did something. They weren't just stuck in a box. And I can't sing. Yeah, whatever. I can't sing, though. I can't, dance, whatever. So I was like, okay. Although I can do a mean karaoke with Lionel Richie, that's an impression. That's what I do. But
I can see
but
that.
yeah, that's great. Thank you. It's my first joke, by the way. Anyway, I did. So then I went to a comedy club and they played the open mic night, and my date at the time was like, "Oh, you should do it." And I was like, "It's on my Donkey Kong." And so yeah, I went and didn't look back. A lot of international people in the audience tonight. Yeah, Denmark and some shit over here. Did they go through you guys already? Not really? I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna I like traveling though. I like traveling some places and whatnot. And I always get like the guy who looks at me and he's like, "Oh, yeah, he looks like Claude. Yeah, Claude. You met Claude on holiday. Yeah, you look Port Syrian. You could be Moroccan. You could be this. You could be that." Because I look like I can pass for a lot of stuff, And then I get back to the States and I get, "He's part Negro, get him!" And I'm like, damn. We're in Boston. Why do you have a Southern accent? That's just weird.